Hello everybody, welcome back to another reading. Don't mind my plop. I am trying to dry my hair and I need to keep it in this so that it doesn't frizz. Anyway, I am back to do another spirit theater tarot storytelling reading type video. I don't like to call them readings because that typically implies that I am reading something that exists in your field when that's not my intention. It's not my intention to claim that I can see or know what's going on with you. My intention is to tap into my creative, energetically sensitive, intuitive sides and draw different tarot cards which represent different archetypes and read those and interpret those intuitively, creatively, to sort of narrate a story and a story arc that you can relate to and take pieces from as you wish. And I'm still kind of developing my own language and relationship with how I present myself as someone who reads cards. So that's what I got for now. And I wanted to make this video focused on a couple different things. I had an experience earlier today where, or just a lot of experiences that I've been having lately. There's been a lot of like emotional undercurrents, and I'm a kind of person who can sense people's energies just like that, partially, because I've been trained, and I'm trained as in, I'm hypervigilant from my upbringing, but I'm also very intuitive and very astute, so it's kind of just this automatic function or feature in me where I just can sense emotional undercurrents very, very, very astutely and specifically, and I gotta put that energy somewhere, so I'm going to be pulling some cards for people who maybe need some clarity on just understanding the kind of undercurrents of themes or patterns or emotional things that have been coming up in their lives, either from the outside or from the inside. And some of this is going to be specifically about emotional manipulation. And I've had a whole journey, a whole arc with reclaiming my intuition and my knowing and my self-knowledge and trust amidst, emotional manipulation and gaslighting and psychological, abuse. And so I've learned, and I think I'm forever learning and experiencing and relating in this way, to parse apart my intuition and objective understanding of what's happening from my identity and my experience, because for sensitive people that can be kind of a struggle sometimes, and especially for people who have been put through or endure a lot of abuse. Sometimes it's hard to separate your own emotions and your own sense of self and sense of clarity and objective clarity on life and these situations that you're navigating, and your sense of self. Sorry if those words were kind of jumbled. So with that, I'm going to start to read. Okay, so what are the truths that want to come through here? I'm just going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I don't want to be interrupted. Okay, so what are some truths that need to come through? And I like using tarot because it's just a fun, spontaneous way to, just channel some of this wisdom. So we have the King of Pentacles coming up first. Okay. Whenever this one comes out, it reminds me of like full stop or a period at the end of a sentence, or this is a amplifier. The way that I read it, it's just like, this is it. What's presented is what's here. Take it at face value. By the way, moment for my nails. I just wanted to paint them in fun different colors, so yeah, my little stubs, my little earth claws. Anyway, so we got the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords, so I feel like the first message that wants to be said to you is that you've been carrying a lot of weight and you're maybe tired or overburdened with either like a physical plan or like something physically that you're executing. This is like overworked, but also it's acknowledging your capacity for like labor. You've been laboring a lot. You could maybe have been planning a lot, or just executing a lot lately. And it's saying, even though you have this strength and this capacity, it's still a ton of work or a ton of labor or energy or weight that you've been taking on. We have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck too that just popped out at me. So whatever you're doing or working towards, it's okay to trust that it is leading to security, establishment, satisfaction, fulfillment, things like this. Okay, so what other truths want to come through? I'm hearing good job too. Your accomplishments are being acknowledged. We have another king. There is some emotional or intuitive truth or energy or expression that wants to come through. There could be something in you that is beginning to activate or wake up again, where you're reconnecting with a sense of emotional expression, intuition, release. It could be pleasure, joy, happiness as well. This card flipped and then went back face down when I was shuffling. So I read that energy as an emotional break is coming soon, a sense of emotional relief, or like an exhale is coming soon. And then we have the King of Wands. So this gives me the energy of you are divinely protected. This also makes me think that your discernment and your boundaries are like coming online and burning bright and hot in a way that does not allow lies or drains to touch you anymore in the same ways. So it's like with this emotional softening or break that is on its way, there's also it's like this protective masculine containment, discernment, fierce protective energy is also coming on board to perhaps facilitate more of a release in that way. So what other truths? And we have the Emperor at the bottom of the deck, which again represents protection, boundaries, and integrity. There's something about your boundaries and moral code, or just your sense of integrity, that is becoming more integrated into your emotional life. So you could feel less affected by certain things that maybe once stressed you out or felt burdensome or stirred up your emotions really heavily. So there's that. And then I'm going to do one more shuffle for what truths want to come through. I drank some caffeine earlier, so I'm feeling a little wired, but and a little jittery, but I needed it today. What other truths? Oh, this is, that also popped out in the same way. What other truths? Oh! Oh my gosh. I just love this. Wow. I'll tell you why I'm wowing in just a minute. I'm gonna finish this shuffle. Oh my goodness gracious. What other truths? I'm getting kind of overwhelmed by the energy. Okay. Okay, that was really exciting. So the Two of Pentacles popped out in the same exact pattern that the Princess of Cups or the Page of Cups popped out, which to me, this means something in you is recalibrating, something in you is rebalancing, something in you is settling. There is a push-pull. There is this like fear, relaxation, duality operating inside of you. There's something that you're moving towards, pursuing, doing, grounding, solidifying, manifesting, whatever, that is beginning to settle. It's like the image I get is like spinning a dreidel or spinning a top, and when you get the right momentum, it's just twirling perfectly, and it might be twirling while it's like making, you know, bigger circles or whatever, like making one spiral, like many little spirals within one spiral, and there's a sense of harmony and dynamism and inertia and gravity all kind of holding this big motion burst together. And when that momentum begins to die down, this kind of, I feel like this, the Two of Pentacles represents the dynamic of momentum taking form. And when things change, or when things are interrupted, or when weight is added or redistributed in some kind of way, it can cause us to feel like things are either stagnating or moving out of balance, or maybe we're losing a little bit of control, or maybe it's giving us clarity on the direction that we need to go in to regain that sense of balance. So that's what this card is representing. And then we had these fly out and just gracefully tumble to the floor. And this gives me the energy of like a huge exhale and a huge breath of air. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like what's coming in your life, or what you're moving towards, it could be a literal romantic relationship. That's a possibility. I'm going to turn off the AC because that noise is going to distract me. So the Lovers represents, aside from like a soul connection, romance, divine union, it also represents harmony and unification between the conscious and the unconscious minds. It also represents decisions. So this is a card of harmony, balance, cohesion. There's something that you're going into or moving into that you could find yourself almost collapsing and falling into. It's like with this spinning top energy, when that top finally loses enough momentum for the old pattern or cycle to fall away and break, there's a moment of a pause that opens the door for you to enter into the new momentum, the new pattern, the new commitment, the new agreement, the new, you know, security, the new bondage or binding or balance or whatever. You see the hand holding between those two. This is also a card of stability and commitment, but it could represent imbalance or balancing scales. So once whatever emotional, energetic, physical, mental, spiritual, whatever thing or dynamic that is still in motion and shaking in your life right now, or trembling or losing momentum on or exhausting itself, whatever energy that is for you, is coming to a standstill, and you're going to find yourself in a moment where at the end of that spiraling cycle, you will collapse or fall into or exhale yourself towards a dynamic where your sense of inner harmony returns, and that opens the door for a blend of your passion, your life force, your vitality, your enthusiasm, your zeal for life, the Knight of Wands, your drive, your pursuit to merge, to emerge, to reemerge, and to then ground back into your life in a way that doesn't just fizzle out, but it sustains you. With the Queen of Pentacles, it actually nourishes you. And I just love this energy. I feel like this is like you are coming to the end of a ridiculous cycle, and something is finally popping, finally breaking. Something is finally breaking. It's finally breaking open for you. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love this. Absolutely love this for you. We have the Tower too, so you could have been at the bottom of the deck. You could have been going through something recently that felt shocking or abrupt or whatever, but it's like the foundations of your new life or your new rhythm are going to be based off of the wisdom and the almost like muscle memory, maybe physically, but mostly mentally, spiritually, intuitively, emotionally, that you have cultivated because of this injury or break or imbalance or shock or change or whatever it was. You went through something, or you are going through something, or you're about to finish something that was not sustainable, and it's like you're at the end of it. You're at the end of whatever is not sustainable, and I'm just I'm very excited for you about that energy. So I'm just gonna see what the next thing that I wanted to ask was. Okay, so I think I'm going to end this on this next question, but for those who are still holding on or impacted by doubt or gaslighting or whatever weight that they're suffering from, what do they need to hear? What do you need to hear to bring you back to yourself and to a sense of clarity? I'm hearing someone screaming. I'm just hearing someone screaming in my head and interrupting something. So this could be saying, find a quiet place, or literally scream, or give yourself a cathartic space to just express this pent-up emotion. We have the Six of Wands here, so this is reminding you that you have already won. You've already won. And I feel like your life in a lot of ways is a testament to what you've survived and what you've overcome and where your power lives actively. And this is the 6. So 6 is a number of harmony and reciprocity, and also with the this made me think of the 6 of Swords, which is a card of moving forward. So there's something about moving into a more harmonious, reciprocal kind of energy within yourself. And I feel like the way that I'm reading this energy right now is like your power, your warmth, your spiritual kindling is returning to you, and it's like your warmth is feeding you again. It's kind of returning to you. So this could represent itself as like receiving literal validation or an affirmation, or praise, or a promotion, or if this represents the spiritual emotional side of things, then it could be just reclaiming a sense of your own power and your own identity. So that's a reminder that even if you feel bogged down sometimes, or like blinded by like doubts or fears, or just like leftover pain or trauma from the past or whatever, this is straight up reminding you that you won. You already made your way out of the thing that you made your way out of. Okay, so what else do my people need to hear who are still struggling with these energies, with doubt, or feel some blindness? We have the World card, Universe. You may feel like you have, Seven of Swords, exactly. You may feel like you are cut off. Oh, and we have the Two of Cups at the bottom. Harmony is restoring, peace is restoring. You're probably going to either find this in yourself or connect with a community or a person who is able to mirror back this like new renewed sense in yourself. So this is not happening right now per se, but it is in your field, it is in your energy. Like you are receptive to your match, whether that's romantic or communal or relational, like any kind of relationship. So this is telling me that you have released a lot of energy that is opening up a whole new world for you with the Universe card. And there is a sense of completion around here. You've completed a massive karmic, you've untangled a massive karmic energy or not in your field, in your psyche, and things are opening up. And every time you feel yourself weighed down by doubt or what feels like a lack of momentum or like nothing's happening, is simply residual. It's residue, it's energetic residue. And that residue creates this sense of blindness, or something is being hidden from you, or something is inaccessible, or something. This gives me a sense of psychic frustration, right? Being disconnected from source, from your essence, your joy, your happiness, and the truth being hidden beneath fog or beneath lies. And the emotional residue that is purging out of you right now creates this sense of insecurity or hiding or fear. You might feel like you're needing to be a little bit isolated or in hermit mode, which is perfectly natural. Self-protection is important, and I will always advocate for that. You know you best. And it's good to protect yourself when you are in a vulnerable space, and to be discerning, and to I'm just going to say, you know yourself best, and you know when you need to retreat, and you know when it's okay for you to come out. You can trust yourself, and so next time you feel these doubts and fears kind of reemerge in the wake of everything that you have released and moved away from and let go of, just know that energy will create this sense of maybe doubt or insecurity, or amplify it. But it doesn't mean that anything's wrong or anything's hidden from you. It's just maybe a reminder that it's time to kind of become the meditator, become the observer, sit back and just kind of watch as the clouds go by, right? And make yourself cozy, set yourself up, do things that, increase your love for yourself, and pleasure and safety in your life. And maybe take this time to like do something cozy, do something sweet for yourself, to kind of like hold you while you move through this like disillusionment, as all these impressions from your past kind of bubble up and are released, which open you up to the world. So I'm gonna leave this reading there. If you want to book a personal reading with me, the info for that's in the description. Just send me a message. And with that, I'm sending you a lot of love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.